ETH, we start with 1 hour charges. I want to give a quick update. First of all, if we refer to my last analysis, I mentioned that we have been looking for buy. There was one opportunity to look for buy from here, and the second one was from here. And since the price was within this correction exactly above this range, I mentioned we should move our stop loss to somewhere around the 1960, exactly this one. Okay, and this is what we get. And whoever is still they keep the trade from either from here or from here, right now they should move their stop loss to somewhere around 2080 above this, which is 2080. If they want to keep the trade for long term, at least they can book small profit. And even if you refer to my last analysis when the price was within this move, I mentioned we have a divergence. That's why we get this down move. All right. Anyway, there was continuation as what we can see here. What there was no trade setup, and having entry above this, there was the only option, but I didn't highlight in my last analysis. And as I said, for me, there was no trade setup, and I didn't get any trade within this range. Okay, the only way I get the trade either from here or from this correction. Mostly, I was more interested to look for trade from here. Okay, and still we see continuation, but the way is moving is quite corrective, and even is there is extension, but as I say, there was no trade setup within this range. This is what I'm referring to. It doesn't mean we couldn't look for trade, but in my when the strategy I use, it didn't give me any trade because I mentioned the way is moving is quite corrective, and the only way is every time the price broke the previous top, we see the correction. That's why to get the trade from within this range, the only way was to put our entry above the top of any of this correction, or whether we call it the flag. Okay, mostly we cannot call it this one as a flag, we call it the correction. And now we want to see what's the next. All right, the only things I want to highlight, whoever is still they keep the trade either from here or here, because in my last analysis we mentioned we move our stop loss to 1960. Right now they should book small profit, that means move their stop loss to 2080. Now we want to see whether this is a correction for continuation or not. Even if we put this top in relative to the previous one, we see we have a divergence. Anyway, we start with daily chart. You want to see how we can look at the chart. If we move to daily chart, at the first, we have been looking for this one as a flat, and this is what we get. Now the question is whether this is the start of the up move, or we can consider this one turns to another wave, and this is the correction in relative to this. Okay, the reason is we this one turn to a flat, we can look at this one similar to what we have for Bitcoin. This one can turn to a flat in relative to this, as long as the price haven't broke the previous top. What I mean the previous top, which is somewhere around 2430. As long as the price haven't break the 2430, still we need to be quite careful. This one can turn to a flat. Even with the breakout of the previous top, we can expect this one turn to flat, but it's expanding flat. All right. But right now, as long as the price haven't broke the previous top, we need to be quite careful about this flat. If this one turn to flat in relative to this, we can expect to get one more drop. That's why we have to adjust our stop loss in case the price give us one more drop based on daily chart. At least we can book our profit. All right. And the best things is for me, the first things I'm looking, I want to see for the breakout of the previous top. If there is a breakout of the desktop, then maybe we can look for continuation. All right. That's why based on daily chart, if I get the correction, it can give me better opportunity to look for buy. But right now we don't see the correction based on daily chart. And if I move to forward chart, all right, even based on forward chart, the best things is to look for trade if this one turn to deeper correction. It can give us better confirmation for continuation. Again, it doesn't mean the price cannot continue from here. If there is a continuation as a corrective move, mostly we can look for this one as a flat in relative to this for one more drop. That's why we need to be quite careful. Again, it doesn't mean the price cannot continue from here. The only thing is how we can look for trade. I mean the trade setup. Okay. And based on forward chart, right now we don't have any trade setup. And the first things we're looking for, we want to see the breakout of the previous top, which is almost 2.2K, which is right now I'm referring to this one. As we can see the price tag, and right now it start to correct. That's why if this one turned to a deeper correction, the price correct here for longer time, it can give us better confirmation for continuation. Okay, now, as I mentioned, based on forward chart, we don't see any trade setup. Having entry above the stop is not a really good idea because simply the price can take and drop. Okay, the only way is to look for trade, we need to move to 1 hour chart. And even based on 1 hour chart, even if we call this one as a flat, internal flat as a first correction, last, if we want to look for trade, the only way is to look for the sharp move flag based on 15 minutes. I don't think so we can get a really good trade based on 1 hour chart. And again, having entry above desktop can be an option, but I won't suggest it. Okay, because simply the price can tag and drop. And even if anyone wants to put the entry above the stop, they should, as long as the price haven't break this one, I mean, if there is a continuation, they should move their stop loss somewhere around 2080. Okay, that's why for me, still I'm thinking, may this one give me what this one tend to a more deeper correction. If yes, any trade from there, I will take the trade. Okay, but if the price continue from here, I just let it go. And when I see the breakout of 2.2K, then from there, I will see whether I can look for trade or not. That's why the only things I want to highlight, whoever get the trade within this range, move their stop loss to 2080. Okay, and if I move to 15 minute, and even there was opportunity to look for trade based on 15 minute from here, this flag, whoever get the trade from here, first things, at least move their stop loss to 20. I mean, they should have the stop loss as 2080 or 2.1K. It depends. But if there is no continuation from here, I mean, we see the price consolidate here for a longer time, maybe they should take out the trade from here and they put their entry above this one. Okay, it depends on the traders how they're looking for trade, because there was opportunity to look for buy from here, but as we can see, the ways move is not really sharp. Okay, because still we can expect this one turn to a corrective move and this one turn to a deeper. That's why I mentioned based on 1 hour chart, if this one turn to a deeper move, that's mean the correction, any trade from there I will take the trade. Okay, and right now I don't see any trade setup. The only thing is right now what we had based on 15 minutes, we have to start to manage it. And for me right now, again, move our stop loss to 2080. Again, I need to highlight whoever get the trade within this range. And if you wants to look for the next trade, I prefer this one turn to a deeper correction. If not, we just let it go unless we take the trade based on 15 minutes. And based on 15 minutes right now, I don't see any trade setup. The only way was to look for trade from here. And whoever get the trade from here, maybe another 1 or 2 hours, if we don't see the continuation, they should take out the trade. They shouldn't keep the trade. Anyway, we just follow the chart. We want to see how we can look for trade. If I see any update, I will share. And if I move to 1 hour chart right now, I'm looking to see the breakout of 2.2K, which is almost previous top. We need to see the breakout of this. If the price break this one, any trade within this range based on 1 hour chart, we will take the trade and we start to manage it. In this case, we just follow the chart. And if I see any update or any trade setup, I will I will give an update. And I have nothing else to discuss. And again, if I see any update, I will share. Thanks.